It's not that I'm supposed to go out and look for fun, because that would suggest I'm miserable within myself. You know what I mean? So it's about building that joy, activating that joy within myself, and wanting to go out and share that with friends and family and whosoever, strangers, anywhere, all about.
Come link with me under the Iroko tree. Make a reason to every season. Speaking the truth for the youths. Maintaining the spiritual rules. Maintaining the spiritual rules. Maintaining the spiritual rules.
Blessed love. Welcome forward again, African family, world family. Under the Iroko tree once more. Iroko reason, spiritual roots. Tapping into the spiritual roots of things. As always, yeah. Good day, man. So, our next reasoning. And for this reasoning, you know, we want to look on the experience of the lesson. Which do we need? Which do we really need? So, yeah. So, as usual, we come forward in the spirits and energies of MAAT, UBUNTU, and the greetings of MAAT, HOTEP, ANKH, SENEB. Yes? I would say big up to the ancestors, those who taught us what to do, what not to do, the right and the wrong, so now we know what to choose from. Yes. Yeah? I want to give thanks for the support thus far. We say keep supporting. We give thanks. We appreciate, love it. And we want to say, for those who have lost someone in this time, financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically, all is them. We say more strength to you. Hopefully you can find your way to move forward in a positive, progressive manner. Yes, world family, African family, once more, we're there and we give thanks and we take that breath of fresh air and we give thanks to be here. And we give thanks to be here. Yes. So, before we get into the main root of the reasoning, we're going to jump into Herbz Caanah. I will tell you about a herbs that you already know or don't know. So I'll probably tell you something new about the one that you already know, or probably just introduce something really new. So Herbz Caanah. Yeah, so for this Herbz Caanah, we want to take a look on flame of the forest. So this is one of the trees that is medicinally decent for use. The entire tree, the bark, the root, the leaves, the stem. So, for those of you who probably don't know the name, flame of the forest, for some of the English people, who would go into the market and say, can I have 2 pounds of throw-ins, please? Don't answer dasheen. The tree is also known as donkey piss. As we say for the English, donkey pea pie. You know what I mean? So, this tree, flame of the forest, and I guess the reason it get the name flame of the forest, if we can zoom in upon that bloom, when the entire tree is like that and you look from afar, or an old aerial view, we can see all those red blooms and it looks like a flame. So, yeah, flame of the forest. And if we can see clearly enough, those pods that before it blooms, they contain water. That is good for the eye as well. And if we check nature, we can see birds drinking those from those pods. So, flame of the forest, before it blooms to this red flower, it contains water that can be used to drop into the eye and give the eye a nice wash. Cures red eye and all these things. It's also good for cataracts and all of that. So, flame of the forest. And we forgot to drop in with disclaimer up at the front there, so we are say, not medically trained, not a doctor, just sharing these things for awareness. So, if you want to use or want to use, please go and do your own searching, make it research, so you can have full information. Yes? So, flame of the forest. Whole lot of information is out there on it. As we say, Jamaicans know it as donkey piss, donkey pea pie. So, this is flame of the tree. The whole tree is good. Ulcers, cuts, bruises, so many things. I guess I will be throwing up some information on the screen. Yes. Flame of the forest. Powerful tree. Medical, internal and external use. So there it is, just drop it in your Google search and a whole lot of information is there. Yeah, so as we always say, the key to the health is knowledge, but not just having the knowledge, because a brain with knowledge that is not being used is just as empty as a brain that is ignorant. So knowledge and use of the knowledge is way better than overuse of medical or pharmaceutical dosage. So the key to the health is knowledge and use of the knowledge, not more pharmaceutical or medical dosage. So tap in Flame of the Forest right there, and there are some pods containing seeds that I was told that can be soaked and have with your oats and all these things. So we say look into it, do the research, do the searching, make it research. The information is there and the health benefits are there. So Flame of the Forest, check it out. Herbz Caanah, blessed. Now we jump into real life challenges. So for this one I know we want to talk about more while we not adapt so well. When things change, we not adapt so well, and we are work on that. So within the time we realize things are always change, and we have to find a way if we get into survival mode. So we have to tap in spiritually, physically and emotionally and balance things out. We're close to the roadside this time around, so vehicles are nice. Yeah man, all a part of the whole natural experience just the same. So we not adapt that well sometimes. Take a while for we get ourselves attuned into what is happening within the time, and we need to work on that to learn to know we have to adapt somewhat a little bit faster, reason it out, look on the information, look on what's happening and reason it out, and then adjust yourself accordingly within reasonable time, because we know if we can't do that then we're going to end up get left behind. Yes, so the thing of adapting to change, especially changes were kind of sudden. Yeah, so we work on that, let's adapt and move forward. Yes, so real life challenge, we adapt within reasonable time and move forward. We not do that so well, so we are trying to work on the self so we can do that in a better way. Yes. So the experience or the lesson, which do we really need? Yes, so we are going to tap into this, check into this. When I'm say experience teacheth wisdom, I think somehow we get somehow probably misguided towards that, in terms of we probably feel that we have to literally go through a particular experience to learn the particular lesson. Well, throughout my observation, I don't particularly see it that way. So experience teacheth wisdom, meaning I can look on someone else's experience and based on the result of what they did or what happened to them, I can now learn from that. So someone else's experience have taught me a lesson, so I don't have to literally put myself through that particular thing just to experience what the lesson of that particular thing will be, because I don't see it happen in front of my eyes. Yes, so we understand that, and I think majority of we get caught up in thinking that the way we learn is that we have everything we need to go through. So that we kind of get misled by too, I think, based on how we do things and the fact that we just keep on repeating these, especially the negatives. Because we don't have to talk about the positives so much, because them going to bring that joy, what I think most away, if not all away, want. Yes? So the negativity is what we are struggling with. We don't struggle with positivity. Well, I would hope not. You know what I mean? In terms of something positive happen to you and then you deal with that in a negative way. Would have hoped so that not happen. So that means that some real inner work would have need to be done within that space, within that human, within that being. Yes? So learning doesn't mean that I have to go through every particular experience to learn what is supposed to be learned from that experience. just observing and observing what is happening around us by other life forms, by other humans, all of these things. We should be learning from those things as well. So if a particular action you never see within your lifetime, then I guess you need to go through that to learn that lesson there. But when we see these things happening in front of us and we choose to go take on that same lifestyle only to come back with the same result. So sometimes it look like we are saying we can do the bad thing there, you know, and hopefully and we can get a better result. So it's like we want to do bad in a better way. Which them say one of the biggest signs of madness is to continue to do the same thing the same way and hope for a different result. You know what I mean? So we need to tap into that, we need to check into that. Tap in spiritually and recognize that learning don't mean that I have to go through everything to learn what was already taught through someone else's action. So we need to tap in. Yes? So that's how we're there. So when we tap in, it would seem to me like we're stuck. Just repeating the same old stories, the same old things. As me say, look like we are hoping for a better result out of doing the same thing the same way. And it's like we now learn, yeah? So it's like we're stuck. And we would have asked what happened to our imagination. Remember when we did a picnic, yeah? And we would have taken up a stone, a box, a can, any little object, and that now within the imagination would have become a plane, a car, a helicopter, a ship out at sea, a boat, whatever we imagined it to be. So therefore we were somehow creating something better than what we had in our hand. So the imagination was being used to see something better. And it looked like we lost that. Yes? So it wasn't about the objective, the object in the hand, it was about the objective in the mind. We could project within the mind where we wanted to be and wanted anything to be. So it just looked like we're stuck there, so only can think about wanting to experience the same thing where everybody else experience. We're not trying to put ourselves through nothing new. You know what I mean? So it looked like we are hand over the same things to we youth them. And we said before, one of the worst parents is a parent where don't want to learn nothing new to pass on something new. More options to the youth self. And we need to tap in, we need to check in. So I watch all the thing the other day and the virgin I say,
do you know that we have 600 muscles in the body?
600.
Do you know how many most people use?
Probably a fraction of those.
50.
Yeah? Because we are do the same thing over and over with the body. Not trying nothing new. And the man did even put him hand them on his side like a bird wing, and him could have flapped him hand them on him too. Elbow touch.
Most people have such frozen trapezius muscles, right? Look what I can do.
Me try it and me can't do that. So these are the things. When I learn a new way, we no new nothing. Just maintain the same routine, and within the routine we say we don't like routine. So there are so many foods and herbs and things out there for know and for learn and for eat and for nourish the body. And realize how the body can miraculously heal itself and do all these things, but we get stuck just eating the same food over and over, maintaining the same ailment over and over. Yeah? So this is what we are talking about. The experience of the lesson. No, we now experiment with ourselves, to develop ourselves in a next way, a better way. You know what I mean? Just to learn something a little different way. So these are the things. Yeah? And when it comes to all fun, if we have to be under the influence of something to have fun, then we not really have fun, you know? Yeah? And if me have to have on this and me have to look that way and me have to the other particular place there, then how much fun is that? You know what I mean? For me, thinking about it, looking at it, fun should just be anywhere you are at any time. And you have this joy within yourself. Yes? So even about going to have fun, it's not that I'm supposed to go out and look for fun, because that would suggest I'm miserable within myself. You know what I mean? So it's about building that joy, activating that joy within myself and wanting to go out and share that with friends and family and whosoever, strangers, anywhere, all about. So at them way that we need to challenge the self or look, I think, as we say, don't just make sense be about feeling, but also about thinking, you know what I mean? And not just about wanting to go and have an experience, meaning to that experience they put on for you or wait for you, but it's about going and making, creating an experience as well. Just like how I hardly tell people anymore, so boy, have a nice day, because that would mean to the day put on for you and set for you. But we say go out and go and make a great day, make a nice day. So therefore that means that you participate and willingly do things to make your day grand, you know what I mean, and others around you. Yeah, so we need to tap in and check in, you know what I mean, the experience or the lesson, which do we really need. And then from this we begin to create and we begin to learn from all other things around us. So we know how to choose from. Yes, just like how we said about the ancestors. Them did it so many things that we should know what to choose from, the right and the wrong. So some of us even create experience for ourselves, but we don't need. We still have fun the same destructive way. You know what I mean? The bad liquid, the smoking, the crazy acts, drive, kill off yourself, end up in a people bed where we never end up in a picnic, get involved, all kind of craziness, doctor bill, all of these things, ailments, and then we wonder how we reach yes. And it's because we never choose the side of being wise and realize that the lesson was already taught by these actions by those before us that we have witnessed. Yes? But we still carry on the same thing. So how about now we can have party, yes, the music, we're not done without, and we can get some fruit juice. A little liquor can do that, yes. But we're not going to drink and junk and vomit up on ourselves.
A few moments later.
Drive and crash and dead and end up with disease because we're going to have sex with people, because we're intoxicated or get pregnant or, you know, all these things. Why we not learn? You know what I mean? How about some nice fruit plate and all these things in the party? Fruit juice, all of these things, water. Yeah? And then fun becomes about we or me creating an experience rather than going there to get an experience. You know what I mean? So these are the things we're talking about. Yeah? These kind of things in the relationship. Why we not take on the thinking say I am not supposed to be the one where to be at fault for this relationship to fail. And the female take on that thinking for herself. She is not supposed to be the one at fault for things, the relationship to fail. So from that thinking and then take on the actions, both of us will be working in utmost positivity to make sure say I as the individual is not the one that going to be at fault. So what we think going to happen there, so the relationship must thrive, it must flourish, it must get better. Yes? Rather than we did do this selfish thing of boy, just have be me, you know. And we have this thing of love me as I am. Yes? When you're not try if you do not change. So me if you just take on loving you as you are when you are miserable with yourself and can't stand yourself the way you are. Yes? So me if you take on that great responsibility of doing that for you when you can't do that for yourself. And these are the things that we are doing and repeating. So I don't want to put in the work, but I expect some boy things to go smooth, things will work out, things will be great. But at the same time, we just in a donkey behavior, nah, strive to do no better. But you know, if you just work with what I deal with. And we need to tap in spiritually and realize it can't work that way because we have seen the evidence of these things. Just like how we see the evidence of those two people who put in the work and do them to do, no matter how hard it be. Then we hear about 50-year anniversary and 60-year anniversary and these things. So whether we go in front of a pastor or not, you know what I mean? So these are the things we need to tap in. The experience or the lesson, which do we really need? Not for we are someone we hate routine. Yeah? Or we get up and go the same work, the same time, do everything the same way, weeks upon weeks, till we end up so we work on one place for much years. Majority I would have never put that effort into a relationship. So majority of what we are doing motivated by money. And then when I realize this have been played out in front of our eyes for so long, and majority of it I give about the same result. So the same effort you can put into going to the workplace where for the money, whatever the workplace say you're willing to conform and to do, no objection. No objection. You may run the corner around the so. But in a relationship now, when whichever one we say, that thing yeah, do this, do that, no, when I like that, no, you say no. And so me stay now, I stay in my way and but you go and do that for the workplace. Yeah? You do that for the church. And then when the relationship fail now, we make it look like boy the next person never put in the effort, you know. Why them couldn't accept what I deal with? You know what I mean? So we need to tap in, man. Yeah? And even with that workplace scenario there too, we get up and we slave for them people and we realize what we really deserve we not get, you know. But it's like majority of we not choose to tap in for say, you know, say me can step out on my own and really put the brain at work and figure out things and say, alright, see a resource then and nobody not to mess with it, you know. Let me see how I can take it and be creative with it and create a thing for myself. So some of you kill out myself for them people where if me drop out tomorrow, them just call somebody for your next interview the same day because the work have to carry on. So these things we need to tap in, we need to check in and look at what we are doing and what we are dealing with. And realize I am responsible for everything what I am doing. You know? Responsible for everything when I put myself through. Some of it, half of it, we don't need to put ourselves through. The experience or the lesson, which one do we really need? Majority of the time we just need to take the lesson from what is already happening or has already happened, rather than put ourselves through that same pain just to come learn the same thing what we did say already played out. It now makes sense if you ask me, you know? And we need to look on it. And as we say, when we are reasoning these things, it's talking to the self loud enough so ones and ones can hear. So that's how we're there. And we need to tap in on these things. Just like we say, boy, it's always good to have a nice laugh. A good laugh is always welcome. But it's like too much of we a laugh about we plight and only a laugh. So when we don't laugh, we're still in the same plight, not doing anything different. We change it and just hand it over to we pick it. So we need to tap in, we need to check in the experience or the lesson. As we say in our next video sometime back, the cognitive mind, and we're talking about sensible people, we say them sensible. The cognitive mind within this time don't make mistakes. The cognitive mind make decisions. So that's what they have to do. We are make decisions about some things and then mistake within this time for most of the things is a thing of the past, because as we said before, the actions, the majority, there's hardly a new action to be taken by anybody right now. So therefore the results of all these things have been proven, shown, and we know. Yeah? Whether we personally go through it or we see somebody else go through it. So and that way I say, when we start tapping and realize learning means that we have to go through the same thing when somebody else go through when we already see the result of what them go through. Yeah? Experience, teach wisdom means that boy, me have to literally go through the same experience but somebody else go through to show me the result of that experience. So that's how we need to tap in and challenge yourself. You know what I mean? As we say, it's not so much about right and wrong. What is within the seeker's journeys to find a better way to move on that journey. So we can have something better for pass on to the youths there. Yeah, and the next thing we say sometime back is responsibility is taken within making the decision. It's not after you make the decision and do what you do, then you take responsibility. After the action is either we are deal with regret or guilt, and this or now we have to take accountability. So responsibility is taken within the time you make the decision. So you, within the time you make the decision. So you weigh the pros and the cons and you say, alright, the pros outweigh the cons, so we can go through with this. The cons outweigh the pros, so now I go through with this. So that's how we take responsibility. It's not we just do something and then we say we have to take responsibility for our action. Yeah? When I see it that way there, and this is part of challenging the self to take on a better way. You know? We need to tap in, look at what we are doing, and we need to make sense. You know what I mean? As we say, make sense to make sense. Yeah. And we realize that majority of what we are doing also is great motivation by money. So many businesses and relationships have been built on the motivation of money. But within the business is a harmful business. Might look good on the outside. You know what I mean? You know we always talk about the beauty thing, because that's how we say enough things are being led astray. So it's the beauty industry. Yes, it look nice and we do some nice things, and but the things that we are use and apply. So if someone if you put on a gloves, we put a chemical in the head. Yeah? That's supposed to tell you something. So we need to tap in. It's just like the farmer, if you have your suit up and put on long sleeve, this and gloves and thing, if you go spray or you spray. That will tell you something. You know what I mean? So we need to learn from these experiences and don't make sense. Be only about upping on my feelings and I feel this and you hear me disappointed, and but the sense is also about thinking, looking at the environment and what's happening in the surrounding and thinking and better ways of changing certain things or not adapting certain things. So all these things we need to tap in and look on. The experience or the lesson, which do we really need? Yeah? We learn from those within our space who have gone before us. We know the results of all these actions. We could try to do things in a new way, you know. We could pass something better to the youths now. Yeah man, the challenge of a better way. We could tap in. So once a blessed love. And next reasoning, hopefully you find something in this one you can use as usual. So we say stay safe out there. Make we don't run around like we head cut off now. We could listen to the information, dissect it, take what makes sense, leave what don't make sense. Yeah? So we say take care of the environment, and the environment will take care of we. Take care of the youths them. We could pass on something better to them now. And we could say, well, I will not just use the sense to only feel, but use the sense to think. Yeah? So something new can be revealed. Or something better. Yes. So stay safe out there. Listen for more than what is said, look for more than what is shown. Half the time more information is in the unsaid and the unsure. Make it happy spiritually in a rooted, principled, sacred way and maintain that. Blessed love.
Come link with me under the Iroko tree. Make a reason to every season. Speaking the truth for the youths. Maintaining the spiritual rules. Maintaining the spiritual rules. Maintaining the spiritual rules.